Good morning from Dallas. Hey, I'm just going to a fellowship group that I belong to. I've been going there for a couple years now, and I encourage you, if you're if you're struggling, if you're just you're depressed. I'm thinking of the things that I was, okay, and I'm sharing them with you because I think we might have some things in common. But all I can say is I go to this men's group. I've gone there just about every Sunday for 2 years. Doesn't have to be religious. Mine's spiritually based, but you don't have to necessarily go to a religious thing. But if you've got something regularly that you can go to and interact with fellow humans, I think it's healthy. I know for me it's helped a lot. And they'll kind of, I've got an accountability group, so we check on there's guys in there that have cheated on their spouses, and I get to kind of hear it from the other side, right? They call it pressing the flesh, okay? You go out and you press the flesh, all right? You go out and you shake hands, you hug people, and I think if you do that, for me anyways, what helped was doing this with a combination of being online here and interacting online here with people that understand my situation. Dana understood my discard and what I went through, and she was able to pinpoint it and just nail it. So I think trying to get that type of support outside with people that don't understand. So what I do is I share maybe 10% of what's going on there. I mean, yeah, if I'm really depressed or something, I share that, but I don't try to explain to them what I went through with narcissistic abuse, because it is really confusing to people, especially in a men's group. All right, they're like, man up, because for me, it's so common in our society for the men to be the leaders of the house and things like that, and in my case, I was the leader in some respects, but in others she kind of took over, and then she kept taking over, and then she isolated, she disengaged from me and stuff. So I get to talk about that kind of stuff, right? More relationship type stuff. So but I frame it into something that they can understand, okay? Which means that I just take accountability for, like, if I tell them, I'm going no contact with my wife, this is what I did 2 years ago, except, with the kids, and some of them have been divorced, so I was able to get good help that way. They will hold me accountable and say, well, how's that going on with the, no contact with your wife? And I was able to tell them. So again, it's a regularly scheduled thing. I pick their brain, they pick my brain. We just give each other like an emotional gut check, and then if someone doesn't show up for a while, we're a little concerned about them. Sometimes they just move on, but for the most part, people participate in it because they want to be better human beings. So I know for me, it was, when I first went in there, I was like a life raft, or a life preserver. They were throwing me something so I could kind of get out of this emotional hole I was in. And there's some really depressed guys in this group. There's a couple guys that I've seen go through their marriage and transform it, but a lot of the guys get divorced. It's amazing, and I'm probably one in there that I'm one of the few in there that probably doesn't tell them to stick it out. If I hear toxic behavior, I don't really tell them to stick it out, but I don't really give a lot of advice in that group. Only when it's really like on my heart, and it's really like screaming at me to say something. Because I'll tell you, there's some of the guys in the group that have some narcissistic traits, and it's kind of my way to hear kind of the other side of what may be going through my ex's mind, okay? because you know, because me trying to figure it out on my own, like trying to figure out why she's doing this or what she's thinking. I mean, the information from Dana in this group and YouTube is priceless. Okay, that's really where I got the most of everything. But I still get that human touch that you can't get online. All right. Now I will say that this live feed, this thing that I'm doing now, broadcasting to you, that's definitely a lot more. Feels to be it helps bring a bigger connection, a stronger connection, that there's real human beings on here and not just you know, profile pics and people. You know, there's people behind the profile pics and we can actually see them in the real human beings. I mean, so many of you probably saw me, and I'm talking to Facebook here, saw me as a little baby icon, and I hid my face for the longest time because I didn't want my ex to find out what I was posting, even though I wasn't posting anything with her name on it or anything specifically somebody could tie to her. I still kept my anonymity, I guess if you call it that. I didn't want to show my face yet, and you know, there's a lot of you on here that are going to watch this video and go, yeah, I'm not ready to show my face. I don't want anyone to even know I'm part of this group. I mean, part of you probably is just, you're probably fearful that your ex is going to find out that you're on this group. I know for me, I was afraid it would affect my custody issues in court, because my wife would be able to show, hey, this is what he said this date, this is what he said this date, that date, and everything. And so so that's what I wanted to just put the word out here, is that you know, if you can get out today, exercising is great. I don't do enough of it, but man, if you can exercise, go do that Pokemon Go. You'll be able to meet, I don't know if you can meet people with it, but that'll help you get out. And you know, if you do that with 1 or 2 people, I know I see meetup groups now doing the Pokemon Go. And if you don't know what Pokemon Go is, just Google Pokemon Go, and you'll probably get a million articles on it. I mean, it's the hottest thing out right now for 20-somethings, and a lot of kids are doing it and stuff. So anyways, get out today, go meet some people, press the flesh, and then come back on here for some online support for your specific stuff, and it'll all be better. I promise. It gets better. Love y'all. Bye.